but there's a science behind all of it. You know, there is leading with creativity, of course, and having some originality, but doing things that have proven and have worked before and then making them your own, that's super underrated. So I would just model from other people initially, make it your own. And then, you know, there was times where I filmed a video on my little old cinema camera when I first got it. And on Instagram, I posted it, didn't really do much. On TikTok, it went nuts, like 4 or 5 million views. And I remember like, interesting. Like this is consumable content. People like this. It should work again, right? And so I went back to Instagram a week later and I posted it again, which for starters, a lot of people wouldn't even do because they, you know, that perfectionism, they don't want to do that. But I was like, no, I know this is good content. So I put it out again. It kind of flopped again, yeah, relatively speaking. I was like, interesting. I tried one more time. I changed the sound a bit. Nothing. And then like a month, 2 months later, I was like, you know what? I know this shit's good. I'm gonna try it again. And I put it up and I got 5.9 million views on Instagram this time. And I was like, that's like the power of getting, I guess maybe that's the scrappiness. Maybe that's the, you know, when you consume enough, you kind of get a bit of an eye for things. You kind of understand, you know, this perspective, this shot, this angle, this hook, I know hits in some form, and maybe it didn't hit this time, but it will hit again in the future. So be willing to do that over time.
Well, how did you know that this wasn't bad and the market was telling you otherwise?
Because when I first posted it on Instagram, it did nothing. On TikTok, it went crazy. So I knew. So
you were kind of like, you knew, yeah.
Yeah. So I knew that it was consumable, and I knew ultimately every short form platform is somewhat similar in how people consume content. Of course, there's a lot of differences too. So. And really interesting, you know, now I can break down, I can pretty much film, like I could be out there filming a clip and I'm like, I know this is going to perform. I know this is going to get a million or whatever it is, which is almost a hack, right? Like when you get to the point of just understanding your audience very specifically. And I think it's getting to that point. So a lot of people, I think the point I was getting at was a lot of people say, create, don't consume. I'm like, no, like consume just as much as you create, because just consume with intention. Do it with intent and not just mindlessly.